guys, Diecast Empress here, back for another quick cars review. Now today I am going to be doing a bit of an odd one. I don't particularly do many Piston Cup races because there isn't many that I particularly care about, as harsh as that sounds. There's not many teams that I actually care much about other than Octane Gain is my, I've got quite a big Octane Gain collection because it is my favourite Piston Cup racer brand that isn't sort of the Rusties, Dynacos, Chick Hicks, all that good stuff, the HTBs, or Igniter, or not Igniter, sorry, Synergy for Jackson Storm. The rest of them I don't particularly care about. I've just never really been interested in them. That's literally my collection of racing teams right there. I've got literally Octane Gain, Jackson Storms, McQueen's, Dynaco stuff, and a little bit of HTB. Everything else just sort of goes by the wayside. I do have one of the mail away, it's either a mail away, I think it might even be one of the, Most Beware of the South N2O Cola. And I got this guy because he was cheap and was a certified Most Beware of the South and is a nice colour. I love the colour purple, it's my favourite colour. So I've got him and I've got a mail away four-wheel drive that I really like. I've got those two because they're somewhat special. I've never actually really bothered about getting many other Piston Cup drivers or crew chiefs or anything like that. They just don't really interest me, as sort of blasphemous as that sounds. I just don't particularly care. I like more of the sort of obscure characters, the different characters, ones that sort of stand out a bit better than just your standard racing teams. Now, when I eventually do have my big full setup, I will, of course, probably get a few more just to fill in as background characters. But until then, I'm going to stick with the few that I've got and sort of go from there. But I'm waffling as always, so we'll actually get to the review itself. So I was in B&M the other day and I picked up this guy, Lee Revkins, because I really liked the colours. The purple obviously pops. I liked the look and the design. I like the little bubbles all over him. Transberry juice, from doing a little bit of research for this review, is literally just basically a drink for cars. We don't really get much other information other than that it is to do with just a drink for cars. Now, Lee Revkins here has the number 63 on him, and if anyone is a Formula One fan, as I've harped on many times that I am, 63 is the number of George Russell, who is Mercedes' second team driver. So very, very cool that I've got a car that's got George's number on it. Other than that, I just like the colour, and that's what made me want to buy him. Now, interestingly, from the card art here, you can see he is very purple, but being that this is a British release, we just get Lee on the back. Now, to me, I don't know if it's just my eyes, but that colour looks a lot more sort of dark blue than it does that bright purple. I could be wrong. I could just be being blind. If I'm being blind, let me know, but I definitely don't think it is. I think that is a different sort of colour for the stock image on the back. But without further ado, let's pop this guy open and have a quick look inside. Now, as you can see here, Lee is a beautiful, beautiful shade of purple, and he has his Transberry Juice logo on the front here with all the sort of the bubbles and suds, which makes you feel like it is some sort of like fizzy drink, like you'd get like cola or Pepsi or as you will. Now, on the side, being that this guy is from Thailand, the auxiliary sponsors are a little bit crunchy. They're not great, especially down the bottom here. If you didn't know what those sponsors were, you'd be really hard pushed to see that that was adult drip pans, or if you would be able to see that that was the Revolting logo, because they are, like I said, a little crunchy. They're not great, but I do still absolutely love this guy. He's got the 63 on the back sticker, Transberry Juice with the purple and yellow, and then same again on this side with the very, very crunchy logos. They're not great, unfortunately. Thailand still need to do quite a bit of work to get their logos up to scratch, but this guy is great. And here is a photo of Lee Revkin from the movie when we get to see him at all. And I do like it. They have done a really good job of emulating this, and he is a very cool looking stock car. I will admit, I'm not the greatest person to talk about NASCAR. I really don't know anything about it other than they drive in a circle. Couldn't tell you much more than that. But this guy is great, and I do think they've done a really cool job, and I really do like the colour of him, sticking him next to the purple of the N2O Cola. As you can see, there is a little bit of a difference in the shade, but they are both Very, very nice stock cars. But as you can see back here with this guy, the logos were much more on point than the very crunchy brand new logos, as you will for Lee here. So unfortunately, Thailand does have a way to go when it comes to their logos, but I'm sure they'll get there. It will get there eventually. But as always, guys, I have waffled on far too much, so I'll leave you all with that one, and I will catch you all in the next one. Thanks, guys.